Hello, Algebra 2 students. I'm taking a look at X and Y intercepts worksheet, day 3, and a couple of quick things that you need to know for X and Y intercepts. The X-intercept is just the coordinates where the line is crossing the X-axis, and the Y-intercept is where the line is crossing the Y-axis. So the X-intercept is going to be 2, 0, and the Y-intercept is going to be 0, -2, and for number 1. Just taking a look at the odds, try the evens on your own. Go ahead and make mistakes. We learn from doing so. This one, the X-intercept is at -1, 0, and the Y-intercept is at 0, -5. For number 5, the X-intercept is at 1, 0, and the Y-intercept, where it crosses the Y-axis, is at 0, -3. Those are the coordinates. Okay, figuring out where the X and Y intercepts would be, I'm going to set my Y to 0. This one's easy. X would equal 8. And when I set my X to 0, Y would equal 8. I just cover up, a little trick, just cover up your X. You see Y equals 8. Well, there's nothing to figure out there. There's no 2 with that Y, nothing. There's just, Y equals 8. So it's going to be 8, 0, and 0, 8. That's off the charts, so it'd be about here, so it would kind of go through here, that line, and it's not very accurate, but it is giving you the idea of where that line would be for number 1. For number 3, when Y equals 0, I'm going to figure out my X. So when Y equals 0, that's this first one, I'm going to figure out my X-intercept. So my X-intercept is going to be 6X equals 12. 6X equaling 12, I divide both sides by 6, and I get 2, 0. When my X equals 0, I have 4, Y equals 12, so 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So I have 0, 3 as my Y-intercept. So here's my X, here's my Y, I connect the dots, and I have my line. For number 5, when Y equals 0, I have 5X equals -10. So -10 divided by 5 is -2, so my X-intercept is -2, 0. When my for my Y-intercept, my X equals 0, so I have -2 divided by -5, or -10, which is 5. So I'm going to have 0, 5 as my Y-intercept. So I mark that, mark this one, connect the dots. For number 7, when my Y is 0, I have -3X equals -18. -18 divided by -3 is 6, so I have 6, 0. And then I have for my Y-intercept -9, Y equals -18. That ends up being 2, so my Y intercept is going to be at 0, 2. So I connect those two dots. This one's kind of off the charts also. And then number 9, for my X-intercept, Y is going to equal 0. So I have 60 divided by -10, which is -6. That puts me way back here, -6, 0. And then when my X is 0, I'll figure out my Y. So 60 divided by 15 gives me 4. So I'm at 0, 4, and I connect those two dots. So hopefully this helps, and go ahead and do what you can on the even ones.